Welcome back to Tools and Clowns. I'm Chris.
And I'm Carlos.
In today's episode, we're going to do the full review and reaction to the new trailer for The Last Jedi Star Wars.
Episode?
I don't know what episode it is. 8?
Episode
okay,
8.
well, yeah.
Episode
good. So we did a quick review of this. Now we're going to do our full reaction, full review, give a little insight and our thoughts on it. So here we go.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Play.
When I found you, I saw raw.
These are the gorilla knuckle. The knuckle.
The knucklehead axe?
I guess.
Don't hit the table.
And beyond that,
Now, is that a new lightsaber or is that his normal one?
something truly special.
Good music.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful island. Love this island.
It's all special effects. Doesn't
Like me
it?
has always been there,
Ooh,
but
that
now
looks
it's
nice.
awake,
I don't know what that thing
and I need help.
is. Look at that.
There we go.
Shakes the earth.
This is where he says
That
it's
she
just
strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
It does now. Kylo Ren.
Let the past die.
I like the scar.
Kill it.
Field with electronics. He's becoming half computer or part computer.
That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
She looks good, by the way.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No, 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 no. It's Christmas. You will kill your mom, Kylo.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
He's great.
It'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down.
This looks good. Yeah, this battle scene looks good.
This is not going to go the way you think.
Maybe it will.
Fulfill your destiny.
More on Snoke.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
No, no, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Looks good.
Tickets available now.
Of which, by the way, keep track. We are going to be watching this the night it comes out. We obviously cannot do it live.
No, we will not do it
live,
No,
but
we will
we're going to tape it before the movie, and then we will do a quick one right afterwards, even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I've already taken that day off.
Yeah, it's not going to come out
So-
2 o'clock in the morning, but
No, but it'll be over by that time. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so my general thoughts on this. I like the music. It's
Yeah.
very exciting.
Yeah.
They didn't give too much of the plot away with the trailer. They gave a lot of action, a lot of interesting tidbits, but I really don't know what the story is.
Right.
Nowhere in here do I really know what's going on in the story, which I kind of
Yep.
like. I like
Yep.
that. I like that Kylo Ren against the bad guy. You got Snoke in there. There's one scene, and I'll show the graphic in there, where he's got his hand out and he's doing something, and he's wearing gold, and I'll put that over here. And then the next clip you see is Rey leaning back, and she's like in agony. If
Right.
you look in the distance, you can see a gold outfit. So is he attacking her in that scene? Maybe.
I think Snoke
Killing
definitely
her?
makes a big appearance.
Yeah,
We
bigger
finally
appearance, yeah.
see. I'm curious if he's 3 foot tall, Yoda-esque, or if he's 10 feet tall. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's got Napoleon syndrome because
Yeah.
he feels like he needs to project himself 40
Enormous,
feet tall.
yes.
Which I was so happy when he wasn't actually
That big.
40 feet tall. Then the projection goes away, and
Right. This is what he really is.
Right.
So what are your thoughts on the trailer?
A couple things. I guess the big questions, and doing some research online, one of the big things that we saw that was, is Rey going to become the dark side?
Right. And that
Does
was the
she?
question.
Does she turn? Is she? I think it's two scenes. The whole thing is he actually? Is she talking to him directly? No, I think that's creative editing.
Okay, slow down now. Slow down. First off,
Yeah.
one of our subscribers actually suggested that maybe Rey would go to
Correct.
the dark side.
Correct.
And my response to that was, I don't think so. Only because I don't think there's another lead in the film that could then bring her back. Like, I don't know that Luke is going to have a big enough part or is a big enough lead in the movie that it's going to be his job to bring her back. It seems like it's her story. And if it's her story, I'd be surprised if she goes to the dark side.
I would agree, but I don't think she's going to the dark side.
No.
One of the things that we talked about earlier in pre-production was that the concept of the gray.
Right.
Read it online. Really interesting concept, which is there's the dark side, there's the light side, but there's also this new side, which is a gray side that walks somewhere between dark and light. It's not all about giving up your emotions like the light side does. It's not about just everything's about emotion.
Or negative emotion.
Or negative emotion. On the dark side, it's somewhere in between.
Right.
More humanistic. This is where, and the theory is, this is why Luke says that they must come to an end, that the old dogma of dark or light must go away. It's more about somewhere in between. This you have some emotions, you can have a family, but you don't have to give everything up the way the light says or the dark side does. So,
and just to give a little background, I am a Star Wars fan, but primarily the movies. 99% of my Star Wars information is from the movies. Carlos,
I have done far more of the extended versions of the expanded universe and read all of the interesting parts of that.
So
as
you
well.
have information from all different sources, whereas mine is primarily coming from what I've seen in the movies.
Yes.
So and they haven't not talked about the Great Jedi, but I do know it exists.
There's a concept about the Great Jedi and some of the extended universe, as well as the whole. You can get in further. We talked about, I think, one of the earlier trailer reviews we did was the fact that Han Solo and Leia were supposed to have twins. They had twins, and then they had a single child in the books. Right. Which I think Disney's come out and kind of said, no, forget that stuff. We want to do what we want to do.
Want.
But I have a feeling that they still pulled some piece of it in because some of the biggest battles in that were between the two twins. Again, twins. Luke and Leia, twins. Solo. The Solos had twins as well.
But to this point, we don't really have anyone that's a twin. It seems like Kylo Ren is older than Rey. They don't seem like they're the same age.
Right.
So from what I've seen the other movies.
The other really interesting one that I read about, which is what the heck is Rey? Besides a very attractive young lady that's a Force-wielding Jedi, is that she's a clone of Luke. Fascinating. What if during Empire,
that's his
hand goes, tumbling thousands and thousands of feet. Well, of course, the Emperor finds this hand.
Well, the lightsaber was found.
That's where Rey exactly. So, in the first movie, there's apparently no garbage. Everything gets screened. The little robot picks up the hand, brings it to the Emperor.
They recycle
very well. Very excellent recycling. Well done. Very sustainable in the future. I like that. The hand is found. A Luke clone is created that Luke doesn't even know about. And that's where Ren comes from, which is why that they were trying to hide her, some group or something, whether it was the Empire. I think if it was the Empires, they would have kept it and raised it, which is really interesting because as you go back in some of the other Star Wars, if you make a clone, the clone is significantly stronger when it's raised. Not they can accelerate the if it's aged normally, and the example is Jango Fett versus Boba Fett, right? Boba Fett was allowed to grow as Jango's son, and we saw that throughout the other series that wasn't as successful as the first three. But when he was allowed to age, he exponentially got stronger, better, faster, all that, versus all the clones, which were not nearly same father, right? Same DNA, significantly less in their abilities as soldiers. I mean, they could hit crap on a barn when they try to aim at it, right? Like Stormtrooper hitting, I mean, it was horrible. So big difference between the two when they're allowed to age properly. So I think that's the other really, which I'm hoping for the clone concept. I think that opens us up to what else in the heck did they do with, I mean, they only need a tiny bit of DNA to create from Luke. What else could they do with his DNA that makes fascinating ideas of imagination?
Well, in that theory,
take a Rancor and Luke Skywalker, put them together, mash up. What do you get? Cool.
A question with that would be then also, okay, if they're doing a clone of Luke, why did they make her female? Is there some benefit to that? Who knows?
Yes, as those of us that are married to know that actually women are significantly more aggressive than we are, as our wives have put us in our place constantly, which would basically mean that they would be stronger, faster.
Well, it's funny because earlier you were saying that they're more controllable and that they're more docile.
No, I never said that. No. Proof, I never said that.
But he said...
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways.
Another theory that I've heard is about Snoke. That he is some type of Force, for lack of a better word, vampire, where he draws the Force out of Force wielders, and that's how he sustains himself. That he's ancient. He's been around forever, and that he's been imprisoned somehow.
Right.
And that he needs to get other Force wielders and suck the Force out of them to make himself more powerful, which is why he's starting to look younger in some of the clips than he did originally. Like it's scars starting to heal.
I have to look at it again.
His skin looks better.
He's got a massive crack.
Right, but it looks less and less damaged through the...
That's an interesting bad guy. That is he actually there for, Kylo Ren, or is he there just to suck up his... He wants him to get strong so that he can
wants to take his and Rey's abilities.
Interesting.
And so another theory within that is that he came up with the whole premise of that there is going to be a chosen one to keep the Jedi and the Sith at each other's odds, so he would have a pool of people to draw the Force from.
Well, which would make sense that he tried to turn all of Luke's students to basically become his food.
Yes, right, exactly. Okay,
interesting.
Let me get to some questions I want to throw at you.
Okay,
I want to get your feeling on something.
Question and answers. Hey, go. Okay. Is this a lightning round?
Yes, in the lightning round.
Here we go.
Points are double.
First thing that comes in. All right.
Okay. One of the things that I saw is Kylo Ren takes his helmet, smashes a wall. The next scene, just edited, he's not wearing a helmet when he's flying the ship. Is he going to be without a helmet? What is your feelings if he's not going to wear the helmet the rest of
Hate it without the helmet. He has idealized his grandfather, Darth Vader. Darth Vader is known as synonymous for the helmet. Even says when he was talking to Han Solo, you don't need that, take it off. Right. He doesn't need it. He does it as a homage or a connection between him and his grandfather. Hate it.
I agree. I think that he's also much more menacing.
Yeah.
With the helmet, with the computerized sounding voice. Yeah. He's much more, he's scarier. Without it, he's much more of a kid, and he's not so menacing.
Good actor, though. I mean, he has a good face for this. He has a very long, sleek, just good face for this.
He is what Anakin to Darth Vader should have been.
We're not going to go there.
But he's what he should have been. He's much better at that, becoming dark, and they're showing him moving to the dark side, and what he's got to do, kill his father, potentially kill his mother in this. And you can see he's got a much better journey to the dark side.
Yes,
he's much scarier, more menacing.
Okay,
next one. In the trailer, you see, and you touched on this for a second earlier, and I cut you off because I wanted to ask you about it here. They show Rey, and she wants someone to lead her through this journey, and Kylo Ren puts his hand out. Thoughts on that?
There is no way that they're getting together in terms of on the same side. I think he does try. I think it's one of her trials. We kind of talked about this a little bit. Just like Luke had to battle Darth Vader before he truly became, I think the battle is going to be between the two of them. I like the idea of her going gray, in terms of not being the light side or the dark side, but somewhere in between. I think she's going to find this middle ground. I don't think she goes dark.
Tell me what you said about the actual scene. What did you say?
I think it's two completely different cuts.
Right.
I think it's creative editing for people to create like all what we're doing now.
Right.
They did that on purpose. Say, let's show the friends.
The background's so different.
There was also an interesting point that we, as we were doing pre-production, we were reading about that said, the Last Jedi isn't Luke. It isn't Rey. It's Snoke. And that in killing Snoke, that what they create is something different than Jedi. Right. Maybe it's not even called Jedi anymore. Maybe it's called something else. That when they kill Snoke, he will become the Last Jedi, and they create something new. Still Force sensitive, still depending on the Force, but new, different. Which I think is a really interesting point as well.
Now, I would also say in that I thought that perhaps, like in the, I think it was the second one, The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke had to go into the cave and face the dark side. Yeah. I think maybe that's what that scene is. Her facing the dark side.
Another Force-sensitive cave or something?
Being tempted by the dark side. Yep. So maybe that's what that scene is.
I think that's a good possibility there. Okay. I just don't think I think we're going to get a place where he asks her to switch over, just like Darth Vader does. Right. It's just not going to be like... She's going to take his hand and say, okay, let's go to the dark side and take over the world. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, so the third thing that I saw, and I didn't get to show to you yet, there is
It's a surprise.
There is a movie set that they put at the movie theaters to get people to watch the movie.
Yeah, he mentioned
this. In this, there is a light side, like all the good guys, shall we say. And the good guys...
See, Chris is bringing up right here.
I'll put it up here. The good guys
right there
are here, and Luke's over there with the good guys. But they also have the bad guys, and Luke is on the bad guys
that's
and looking dark.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think there's a great probability for Luke to go to the dark side because he's already historically kind of gone back and forth on it, right? When he actually took down Darth Vader, the idea was he did embrace the dark side to kill Darth Vader. He just couldn't give the coup de grace. He couldn't give that final, which is when the Emperor took over and started. Can you do lightning bolts?
No, you can't have lightning bolts. I can do a picture of somebody with lightning bolts.
I think he does step over the dark side, which at some point, listen, they're killing off Leia. They've already taken care of, of the major, of Han is gone. I shouldn't say they kill off Leia, but they will be killing off Leia for, by the way,
because
Carrie
she
Fisher.
Has to pass away. She passed away, right?
You're definitely missing this movie. You look amazing. I'm great they were able to honor you properly for this. But
and maybe they use that as a plot point.
I think they use that as a plot point. I think
Kylo Ren
I think we're
really
going to
go to the
lose
dark side.
the classic characters as we hand off from our generation's characters to this generation's characters. I think that's probably where we're going to go with it. So
yeah, and the other possibility is, like you talked about the gray. So maybe he's got a dark and light side. The other possibility is just that, hey, we want you to go to the movie.
Go to the
movie.
movie.
Tease you. We're going to put them on both sides.
On both sides. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's probably some of both.
Last thing that I've noticed, and just to finish this up.
Yes, this is our 50-minute episode. Just kidding.
I've noticed that you don't have Han Solo in there,
right?
And what that seemed to me is there didn't seem to be any funny in this trailer. And Han Solo in the last movie brought in the best lines. He borrowed the bowcaster. He said, "I love it." They maybe they're going to be missing that. It's going to be a much more dark film.
Yeah, I could see that. The other thing is Finn was kind of the comedic side, right? His kind of
he looks
fumbling around.
Too.
He looks pissed.
Yeah,
he's like, I have been in a coma for 3 months. I want to kick some butt.
And he either is a double agent, or it looks like maybe he's with the bad guys.
He was. They were battling with was it Captain Phasma?
Phasma, yeah.
They were like going at it.
He was in this dark suit and he was walking with stormtroopers.
I think he comes off pissed. I mean, he's been affected. He got sliced. He wants a piece.
Yeah.
He wants a piece. So.
All right. Well, that I think concludes our amazingly long,
long episode,
in-depth review. Don't forget to smash that like button.
Subscribe.
Pound it. No, you said pound it last
time. Pound
it. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe.
Like us. Give the thumbs up on Facebook.
That's what smashing the like button is.
Well, but there's also a thumb. You got to.
Okay. Okay, good. Please leave comments. We love reading your comments. It's very interesting.
Thank you for
we
your
like
comments.
to replying. Yep.
And we will be actually reacting to some of the things people have asked us to look at as well later.
Yeah, absolutely. We are Tools and Clowns. See you next time.
Bye.